Hello, my name is Alicia, Ancient Native Psychic Medium, where I do higher self readings and more based on quantum energy and higher self energy between who you are and your self reflection. And again, my name is Alicia, and I go by Ancient Native Psychic Medium because I connect with many ancients, Egyptians, and native souls typically. And so I use that title as a way to represent who we are in source when we talk to you. So I recommend booking a reading to get answers through your source connection, your source love. Always love yourself first, and source will show you why. But sometimes we need a psychic medium to guide us and to help us along the way on our path in our soul journey to get answers on our mission or our purpose here. And I have come as a natural spirit guide to assist you on the other side. And I have a twin brother named Alan also, and Red Feather, a native spirit guide. And they're both helping me as well as my source guide, Jesus, and many angels that assist me when talking and getting answers for you. So today I'm going to talk about Earth and Sky. This is a reading that I put together by my guides or by my guidance to reveal the self-reflection of the inner work that we need here to help our man with our higher reflection. Okay, so this is between your earth self and your sky self, your higher self, to get answers. So the first card, so let me go back real quick. I used 6 cards in this particular reading, where the 4 cards on the right are the actual earth and sky. We have 2 on the bottom as your earth, 2 on the top as your sky. And the 2 on the left are the reflection of your earth and sky. And the reflected cards give us the answers that you actually want. Because sometimes you can talk to yourself all day long and get all the same answers that you are desiring, but they don't add up always. And it's because of your intuitive thinker or knower, and your source connection doesn't know what you really want because of your own reflection to source. So let's talk about that a little more here on the reading. So as we go into this, this is the first card that God wanted me to talk about and point out today on this Earth and Sky reading. So we have Imagine, okay? And this card is the God imagination, looking out for your best interests and healing your heart and matters on your light journey. Whenever you're, let's say, getting disconnected, your higher source is always still watching out for you. And sometimes we can get away from our highest truth by misrepresenting who we are. And that number 20 is actually giving us answers for the reasons why. Sometimes we don't look inward enough to understand our sky messages or our sky purpose to get why we're here on earth at this time. And so sometimes we can be a little bit afraid, misunderstood. Our angelic body, our angel rainbow light body doesn't always come through or talk to other souls energetically the way that we thought, because they can't really see or be guided to one another on their travels here on earth, because there's a lot of blocks along the way. It's kind of like a maze or a game. So let me get into the reasons why. Emotional being. This card was sitting in the lower right hand corner of our Earth and Sky reading. The card I'm about to show you, Happy Happy, is actually our first reflected card from the sky. Okay, it's the top one on the very left hand corner. So our card that's reflected from the sky is actually an intuition from source. As it's in reverse, it's for intuition. And it says, hey, look first at your emotional resonance. Does it really relate to all that you are? Are your source evidence of emotions telling the true story here of enlightenment? Are you really getting the responses that you're thinking you are or should be from the things that you're conceiving? Okay. And your emotional state should always resonate with someone else like yourself. So the happy, happy card is an emotional key of evidence to, let's say, who you are or who you're thinking you are. And if anything doesn't resonate in that one mindset, then you simply have witnessed yourself being off of trajectory. So with that comes a lot of evidence that shows you different things happening in your life that can be out of style, out of sync, within the negative construct that doesn't quite bring you to your emotional state of energy that you wish and desire to be, which could be happy, happy. Or you could choose to be another emotion like sad, grief, or suffering, and depression, and those things don't really add up, right? So, like financially, or let's say faith-based, if you're very religious, if you have any of those emotions, you can't quite get through to source to release yourself to be happy for love that you really are. Okay, so the source love is always leading you to your highest state of matters, both superficial and real, so that you can learn to be free. So in the Not For You card, we have the reasons why. We have both the pros and the cons to look over our earthly matters. Okay, this is a reflection of the Earth card that helps us to see the root cause of all of our decision making. And today, it's not for you. This card is actually in the reverse on my actual reading in person. I did not put this in the reverse style when I put this together, but it wasn't something I was thinking about. I was just trying to put the pictures together. But this card is actually indeed in the reverse position to be not reflected. So because it's not reflected with the earth self, this doesn't lead to intuition. This leads to our imagination card that we had in the very beginning. Now we have here and now, which is our sky card, next to our happy, happy as a reflection. This happy, happy reflects the here and now. And what that simply means, and you see it's in reverse, the reverse of this is basically saying, hey, go back down to earth for a while and spend a little time there with Source and talk through Mother Nature and see who you are for a while as an inner child, the knower, where you first were thought of, okay? And past, present, and future doesn't quite add up or line up all properties of who you are. The time doesn't include its higher self or higher knower here, okay? This is an inclusion card that reveals your 3D ego concepts like architecture, building, ego-driven, or conscious solar plexus, source, power, drive, love, and manipulation to help you get into that drive. Let's say a shifter would be your manipulator, okay? You ever driven a 5-speed car like I have? You would get this. So the shifter is basically your ego-driven energy that says, hey, I got this, I want this, I desire this, and I want to go fast. And maybe want to go really hard at it and look to see what I can get out of it. But at the end of the day, you might run out of gas and might need a refuel. So stop for a while and take gratitude for what you have. Hey, you got a really cool car. It's 5-speed. It's fun to drive. I can put the sunroof back and enjoy a long country drive. here on earth for a while. So don't get too far out ahead of yourself with your source knower that you can drive egotistically. This is not about that. This is about like understanding your emotions, okay, and where they come from. Right here in the higher earth reflection of happy. Your emotions are not what you thought they would be, okay? They're simply the motivator to excite you, keep you running. It's like putting gas in your car and just taking off, okay? But every once in a while, you got to come back down and release that source that you are not, and see that you are indeed the actual driver, the one holding down this whole planet by the things that you do. Okay, so the here and now brings you right back into the past to see clearly that everything was already written out for you, and the earth and sky reading is merely this soul beckoning answers to all that you are. Okay, and then we move on into the peace love card that says, I got you. Okay, no matter where you land here in this space, I got you, and I love you, and I'll never leave you. And this is an earth card. In our reading here, it is on the bottom of the reading in the earth position. And this egg, our consciousness, has landed. And basically, it's a star seed. See, he's got a little star on him. And so he's a star seed, and he came in from, let's say, heaven to manifest for a while and to see what he has. It's like starting the game. If you've ever talked to anybody in the Lightworker community, you might find out that we're all living this video-like game of ourselves. Once you reach this particular enlightenment of who you are, you'll start seeing that you're living out this holographic game self, this virtual 3D reality in real life. And it's kind of amazing, kind of not, because others are not awakened to it, so they won't always engage with that opportunity. So it makes it a little difficult and challenging to turn off the unconsciousness and just enjoy it for a while. So what you're really beckoning for and calling for is the rooted earth of your mother spirit that calls home, that says, I got you, just hang on, don't forget to call home from time to time, call upon source and your angels and Jesus to rescue you when you're not on your best, let's say, consciousness, when you've lost consciousness, falling back to sleep, dealing with regression, and things that moved when you didn't move. Let's say the solar plexus, maybe disturbing your frequencies, or something around you, your atmosphere, the weather changing. Okay, there's a lot that can go into this. This is simply about sitting still and getting unconscious for a while and letting source deal with that which you are not. And here we have coming to the edge, and this is all about the happy again. She's enjoying herself, but in brevity, she doesn't really understand why. So let me go back to the happy card. This card is all about enlightenment of your emotional realm, but how you see yourself is the reasons why you come to the edge to begin with. You start opening up your Akashic realm, which is your book that reads itself naturally, that tells you who you are. And that's where I read from, through Orion and the Butterfly Akashic records. And he shows us this choreograph, or this dance work of your union and soul, and who you're not, and then who you come to be. And so with this coming to the edge is this book that says, hey, I got you. Don't dance like that, but remember to release your emotions, okay? This energy that's flying off from her is just little hearts, kind of looks like little flowers from a distance, and it's all about style, vibration, lifting the frequencies, and finding life again when nobody else can. Because sometimes, like here in the peace realm, others are not with you, and they don't want to find you either, and so you might be out there all alone, kind of like she is out there on her own little stage, performing, not for anyone else in particular, and maybe not even for Source Love, but to stop for a minute and to just enjoy herself. And it may be while others aren't watching, and that could be a good thing. Okay, it's like going into solitude and practicing a dance for a while. And Lord knows we need a lot of dance lessons here sometimes to get us into that perfect energy that drives or thrives with passion, that says this is about self-help, and this is the way that we challenge ourselves when no one else is around, right? Kind of looks like this when you're asking for questions, when you're talking to Source, and the only thing that comes by is this bird, and you're like, well, what was that for, Source? How did we get here again? So they bring in people like myself. Let me go back. My name's Alicia, and they're bringing people like myself to do psychic work to help with those matters where you forget all your dance moves, your reasons why you came to be, and all the steps and the patterns and the paths that you're supposed to take, to help people like me to see freely the reasons why you forgot, okay? And so they help us, the angel realm, to see all of your answers. So book a reading to get answers, because in the beginning, you are who you are. But when you take a journey out there, you're kind of like going at it alone, because you are on your own path. No one else is actually guiding you but your own. And that's the reason why Earth and Sky was revealed, because we needed to get some answers about our higher self and this journey and who we are not when others are trying to tell us who we are. Because simply they're all lies. They're just telling you, hey, you're not doing it the way that we are, and we're not going to include you, so they'll push you out of their own little network. Like, let's say, losing a job. And so they won't include you, and they'll make you feel powerless. Well, that's not the way. Well, it could be the way if you learn how to be highly intuitive, dance with your happy, and get on with your life that, hey, that job really wasn't for you. Okay? And the reasons why is because you might not have understand your past life regression, your energy center, your authority, or your source knower that says, hey, I got you, and you really weren't doing your life's work to begin with. You were on the wrong journey. And I gave you the dance lessons, but apparently you didn't take them on. You tried to do them all yourself, and you got off track. So let's begin again. Here. And they said, bring peace. It's all about love. But if you don't know why you're here to bring peace and love, then why would you even feel free enough to have a dance choreographed that makes you dance with such style and freshness and freedom of your source connection and source knower? Your source is God love, peace, love, joy, enjoyment, pleasure, spirituality, like reaching for higher matters that don't really quite add up here on earth. But the reasons they don't is because it's greater. It's a soul embodiment here on earth to explore your soul while you're here, but most won't even come to that edge to get to the higher power and who they are. So book a reading, because why are you waiting? It's now. Time starts when you arrive. I'll always love you, Higher Earth Spirit. This is actually a song from Whitney Houston. I didn't realize until I got here with this picture, and not even while creating it, but until now, that there's this union of soul with the source of the song, Whitney Houston, that channeled that out, and I only just realized that. So thank you, Whitney Houston, for revealing while we're here on Earth to get to know our source within. So book with me, and again, I'm Ancient Native Psychic Medium, and I want to help you begin, okay, your lifelong journey on the reasons why you came. I am free. I'm a free thinker, very grounded in my authority with my love, and I will always train you in that way as a source guide and goal to assist you on your long journey. It's going to be a long-winded journey while you're human to explore your soul and to get the best answers first. So sorry, I am recording this from my photo album here. Let me get back to my page. I'm learning how to use a screen recorder. I'm not best. This is only my second one. But if you book with me now, you will start to experience a higher vibration in your calling. And I'm a spiritual activator as well. The energy activator that can really hear your higher self, your higher source, talking to itself and channeling to itself. I hear all of your emotions in your higher self. I know when you're crying in spirit. I know when you're emotional in spirit without you even telling me. You can be really angry and still feel a different way today because I can channel all of your past, present, and future source energy at whatever time of your life period. I can feel you. Okay, I have this knower energy that I just know when you're channeling a certain emotion from a certain time age of your created self. Okay, so I'm here to help you break those habits, break those paradigms, open up the light, and simply walk through dimensions and times and spaces and portals to new realms to give you a new indicator on who you are. Okay, your higher self is waiting on you. Okay, so don't wait on Source. Source waits on you to arrive always. I love you. So book a reading with me. You can do that now by simply going to my message inbox on my page at Ancient Psychic Readings. My name's Alicia, and my higher source is Soul, Ancient Native Red Feather, which is a native medium guide of mine, and my spiritual twin brother, Alan, and Jesus are both my spirit guides. And they're masculine, and so I typically have this high drive, so sorry, let me get back, way of talking to you that gets the job done. And it says no more fighting, because I gave that up as well, and I finally quit. I finally quit fighting with the rescuer and decided I've got to become my own, because the rescuer is how I follow the wrong path. Okay? The rescuer is not you. Your soul is beckoning for a greater divine purpose, but you don't know why. And it's really hard to get through to that because everyone's giving you all the wrong, intelligent answers. Okay? They try really, really hard, and sometimes they try to step through and offer you something like maybe offer you a job or a place to live or something like that. But ultimately, it always falls back on you and comes to a screeching halt. No matter what, it will always come to you that way because they weren't prepared for what you want. And what you want truly indeed is to be your living, loving soul that wants to be free, and no one can possibly find that in you but you. And I'm just here to reveal your answers until you get it. Okay? So follow me on Instagram if you like Ancient Psychic Medium. You can also DM me there if you're on Instagram. But I stay on my page at Ancient Psychic Readings quite often, and I respond pretty quickly to all your messages. So you can book a reading with me pretty quickly if you get in with me at a certain time of day. I like to book them live now in the moment and get them done and over with to get you activated. I'm not about waiting around. I'm about living it out daily, day to day, as a living proof of why I am still around. Okay, I am an angel soul and spirit with my twin brother Alan, and he trains me and teaches me all about you. More than I can describe, okay? And I'm not here to describe it away. I'm just simply here to say, book with me and give it a try. And let's see what measures you find around yourself that maybe you create in judgment, you can't find your higher self, the reasons why, and you're struggling to learn. Well, the reason is because of all the programs. So I will help you stop that struggle and get into your limelight that says you're free. Why not? So come with me, book a reading at Ancient Psychic Readings in my inbox personally. I will work out a time with you that works best between us. We just need a day and a time that resonates with both of us, and then we can get it done, okay? Currently, as of now, this is taking place, this video, in August of 2019. This particular reading, Earth and Sky, is $55, okay? I didn't write that in here because I knew that could potentially change, and this is going on YouTube for an evergreen video to hang out on YouTube for a while. But this particular reading is $55 currently, and if you book with me now, you will see why I really should price this at a much higher cost to my clients, because you'll get so much out of this, okay? You can break patterns of reflection, you'll have breakthroughs, you'll have inner wisdom challenging you, setting a path into your journey, and really stopping and looking at yourself first, right? Where did you learn to love? You learn to love by your higher source, who loved you first. So always love yourself first will always get you right back to Source God. We love you. We thank you, from my angels to yours. We are connected to a long telephone cord somewhere along the connection. And I haven't forgotten you. When you decide to arrive, I'll be waiting for you as well to show up. Thank you for watching. Again, book a reading to get answers with me. My name is Ancient Native Psychic Medium, and I'll stop talking. Book a reading, find yourself first, and Earth and Sky is the reason why. Have a good one. Bye-bye.